Once upon a time, it conjures up an exciting story of great adventure and romance. And we all look forward to that final lines and the lived happily. If you love metaphors, you might just love this. Once upon a time, a magical and full of promises phrase. It conjures up an exciting story of great adventure and romance. And don't we all look forward to that final line? And they lived happily ever after. Do you believe in a perfect relationship? If you do, wake up and smell the coffee because there's no such thing as a perfect relationship. So stop dreaming and instead create a great relationship by learning to see your imperfect partner perfectly to achieve your happily ever after story. I used to believe in fairy tales, hopeless romantic that I am, and I was determined to find my Mr. Wonderful. That everyone got married but me. One Valentine's Day, a friend gave me a fridge magnet of a woman waiting for the perfect man until she turned into a skeleton. That was 20 years ago. Fast forward, my husband and I are celebrating our 12-year anniversary today. And it triggers a rush of memories. My husband was like a rough diamond in a barren land that just needed to be polished, and its glitter shines as bright as the sun. And it brightened my darkest hours. Most importantly, he owns a horse and swept me off my feet. Metaphorically speaking, of course, he is my best friend, partner, and lover, whose capacity to give unconditional love is beyond believed. I have never expected a man to be capable of loving a woman this much. And I'm not perfect, but somehow he finds beauty in my imperfections. For that, I am forever grateful for this man whose ultimate mission in life is to make me happy. Perhaps destiny has spoken and aligned us at the same crossroad. When I first met him, I knew in my heart that he was the man I could climb the Himalayas with and not leave me. And here's the proof to that. And just after 4 months of being together, he took me to the top of the Eiffel Tower, and my heart melted when he said, "Grace, I don't own a palace. All I have is just a suitcase." You see, I was so curious to find out what was inside. And as if he can read my mind, he said, "Open it." So I opened it slowly. And I took my time to see everything inside. And I can't believe what I saw. Do you want to know what was inside? The suitcase was full of love, determination, dreams, integrity, and poetry. You see, I've dated few wankers. Bankers. But none of them ever owned a horse. And I promised myself never to settle for anything less than extraordinary in life. So I say yes to the horse and for sweeping me off my feet. But most importantly, to the suitcase full of love and integrity. From there, hand in hand, we walk on the same path, not knowing where the road will lead us. 12 years later, still going strong. Together we build from scratch whatever we have today and whatever we put our hearts and minds into. But I tell you this, it's been quite a long journey as we weaved our lives and pursued our dreams with sheer hard work and determination. Together, we created memories. We laughed during our happy moments. But there were times when I wanted to wring his neck, being British. You know what I mean. Hence, we also argue like other couples. But we try, or he tries, to resolve it before we go to bed. We cried a river and prayed desperately during our miscarriages, and it almost killed our dreams. But somehow we beat the odds and conquered all challenges as we draw our strength from one another. We've learned to accept the things that we cannot change, and we focused on the things we can. So we get our beautiful dog, Maxie. He's not our whole life, but he made our lives whole. We also have significant travels that gave more meaning to our relationship as we kissed under the Eiffel Tower, danced tango in Buenos Aires, learned samba in Rio de Janeiro, watched the opera in Vienna. We were in awe of the beauty of the Sistine Chapel, which left us both feeling maudlin. We walked in Charles Breeds in Prague in the sun and the rain. We learned from the historic Rome and artistic Barcelona. We drifted amidst Montana's rejoicing wilds. Not to forget, he blindfolded me and took me to St. Mark's Square in Venice. I can go on and on and on. All those memories were tattooed in our hearts, and they may sound like small things. But Van Gogh once said, great things are done by a series of small things brought together. Being in a relationship is a growing process that continues to develop as we go through life's ups and downs. Our relationship is far from being perfect, but we bond stronger after every passing storm. And the best part is, we are not in chains to this relationship. Instead, it is like hundreds of tiny threads which sew us together through those 12 years. You see, between once upon a time and happily ever after are adversities that yet to be conquered, and we have to work for it. My dear friends, each of us has a dream and a heart's desire. And when we are brave enough to pursue it, it will lead us to a journey to discover who we are meant to be. Don't look for it elsewhere, because the answer lies within us. I don't know where our happily ever after may lead us, but happily ever after is not a fairy tale, it is a choice. A choice to see our imperfect partners perfectly. So let the magic begin and achieve your own happily ever after story. Thank you for watching.